Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday night and it is time to chalk. So thankfully I don't have a treatment today. I have one tomorrow. So Thursdays will now be my treatment days. So I have moved VIP's next week's sale. Hey Debbie, next week's sale is going to be next Wednesday. So unfortunately I will not be live here. Next Wednesday night I will be live in the VIP group where we can start selling things, including a lot of the stuff you see right here behind me is going to be in the sale, plus some extra things that I think you'll be excited about. So get ready for it. If you're not a VIP, you can join right now. So I'm going to show you a link on your screen if you're on here live, but if you catch this later, it's in the description of the video. You can click on there and join my VIP group, and of course I'll approve you so you can be a part of our community and see all the deals that we're going to do. So we're definitely going to get a lot of things kind of cleared out, getting ready for fall and then into Christmas, which I can't wait. We got a lot of Christmas stuff probably coming up. September 15th. I can't wait. It's gonna be so exciting. So tonight I'm actually going to take some scrap lumber and I'm going to make a piece that I wanted for my decor for this year for Halloween. I'm turning the front of the house into an Addams Family theme, including reverse projecting some Addams Family, you know, probably the movie or maybe even the original show, and you doing some of the sounds and lights and things like that. But to go with that, I'm going to incorporate a lot of my chalk couture, including some of the pumpkins that you see behind me and a piece like what you're going to see here. As time goes on and we get closer, probably into October, I'm going to actually bring you along on the journey right here to do other things that's not exactly chalk couture completely, including creating Thing to come out and be hanging out there, which Thing would be the hand, and also Cousin It. So we're going to take those ideas that you may see on Pinterest and we're going to make it come to life together. So you and I are going to go on a journey in October to make this house that I'm sitting in into something spectacular and ready for kids for trick-or-treating. Hopefully they get to enjoy it. If not, they can drive by and enjoy the show. So that's going to be fun. But tonight we're going to be working with two things. One we're going to work with is called Spine Chilling, which is a skeleton transfer from last year to create a little bit of extra. And we're going to be working with our rustic font, which is my letters here. So we're going to put on some boards "You Rang" with a question mark and add some skeletons to it, which is Lurch's, one of his lines, famous lines from the Addams Family. So before I get started, I'm going to show you, I got started waxing this with Min Wax. This is the finishing paste wax, and I use the natural. The other types, you can have the one that's like antique. Hey Sonia, antique adds like a rustic look to really furniture, but this one is actually just going to smooth out my bare wood surface so that I can chalk on it. So that's what that's going to do. So I'm going to tilt you down in just a minute. Now, I have not tried Chalk Couture's new wax yet, but apparently it's fantastic. So when I get my hands on that, we'll try that product out together. So let me go ahead and give you a tilt so you can see what we're working with. And as you can see, this is just scrap 2x4s that are mounted to wood, kind of like a pallet. I'm going to move this out the way. Hey, Jennifer. So what we're going to do is we're going to put "You Rang," probably "You Rang," put some skeletons on this, and it's going to prop up on the porch like that. So when trick-or-treaters come, they'll see Lurch's famous line right there on the porch. And we're going to have more than that. They're going to walk by Cousin It and, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name right now. Cousin It and Thing. So I'm going through my letters now. They're all turned around. There's numbers here. Go ahead and get this out the way because we need the "You Rang." And I didn't see the question mark. I'm sure we'll come up with it. So there's a Y. And I am not as organized as I should be. It's true. That's an and symbol. There's an N. J. All right, keep going. Okay, there's an R, there's an A. So I need my G And then I needed my U. Did I miss my U? I must have. There's rang. So let's go back real quick. Must have just skipped right over it. There it is. You rang. All right. And I don't see a question mark, but we'll make it work, people. We'll make it work. That's the great thing about Couture. I was going to do another project with you guys with ink, but I think I'm going to save that for another day. Now, like I said, tomorrow I'm having treatment, so I might be able to do another project over the weekend. We shall see. So this is the awesome letters we're using. Kind of looks a little old and spooky. I think it'll be great. So I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to just put it right against that transfer, pull the backing sheet off. And I've waxed this so good, I am not going to fuzz this. Normally we fuzz so that it won't stay on our board, but this is actually really, really waxed really good, so it is not gonna stay. And I made sure to do that because this is rough lumber. I wanna make sure that it won't mess anything up. Now I'm using Shimmer Frost. I don't know if you can see, let me go this way, so you can see that glitter right there. Shimmer Frost and Shimmer Shadow are the best. So we're gonna spend a lot of time using Shimmer Frost. Now, your shimmers look a little different than the regular paste. They kind of look, for lack of a better term, gritty because of the glitter. But you notice how it just mixes up so smoothly like yogurt. This won't be drippy like your other pastes because of what's inside of them. But this is actually, it doesn't need water very often. Believe it or not, this is one of those pastes that they have that doesn't need a lot of reviving. So there's something, maybe the glitter just gives it a little oomph, I'm not sure. But when you revive a paste with Couture, all you need is distilled water and a spray bottle. You can stir it up, and everything will be fine. We won't need that right now. So I'm gonna take my mini squeegee, I've got my paste on it, and I am a lefty, so sorry guys, I'm gonna have to do it this way. And I'm just gonna work my paste right into my letter transfer here. There we go. Make sure I get it all, and I'm gonna scrape off the extra and put it right back into my jar. And I have a baby wipe here. I'm gonna put my little squeegee in there. I'm gonna pull off my letter, and there's the Y. So let's go ahead. I like to cheat a little bit. I've got a hair dryer, so we're gonna dry that off. And remember, the shimmers take a little bit longer to dry. It's a little different. And I think that's what keeps them where we don't have to add water to them very often. They're a little bit thinner. So while I'm drying this, don't forget, next Wednesday, big sale in my VIP group. If you're watching live, a link should have popped up on your screen where you can actually join the VIP group from there. You can also browse the catalog or shop. If you're looking for something in the catalog and it says it's not in stock, message me. I'll look it up for you, let you know when it's coming in. A lot of stuff coming back very soon. And when you better jump on it, I'll actually tell you exactly when it's gonna drop when I know, so that you can jump on there real quick, or I can grab it for you. Okay, that's perfect. We're gonna go with the letter O. I'm gonna take my finger and just kind of pull that transfer off of its backing sheet. And it doesn't have to be perfect because this is fun Halloween decor. I'm just gonna make sure my O is on there. Fantastic, I love it. Let's grab some of our Shimmer Frost and go to town. Now, yes, is this color probably for Christmas? Yeah, probably. But I could use this color year round. It's awesome. I love all the shimmers. I'm a shimmer person. Weird like that. So let's go ahead and take our O off. That looks so good. And we're gonna make our skeletons out of this too. It's gonna be so cute. Now this particular transfer is gone. However, not these letters, but the skeleton. However, sometimes you can get your hands on it from other designers. So if you're interested in it, it's called Spine Chilling. I can take a look, see if I can find somebody with it. Sometimes I can, so not a problem. And I want to say this is is it a B? I think it's actually a C size transfer. So I want to say it's probably probably $19.99 or $20, $24, something like that. 25. It's really not that expensive. When you're using it 8 to 12 times, it's a great investment. It can make you some cute projects or gifts. Let's go ahead and get our U. I'm going to just rub my finger against that transfer, pull that backing sheet off, and then let's put that right there. Oh, that's going to be so cool. So, shimmer frost, and we're just, now keep in mind this is one of those things that I'm making for outside. So I will have to, I have some acrylic seal that you use for paintings and stuff. I use the matte seal most of the time. Sometimes I do gloss if it's necessary, but that way it can get wet and nothing happens. Doesn't erase, doesn't weather, and it'll look awesome all the way through Halloween. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone, let it dry on its own, and we're gonna put the ring, I think we'll do, maybe I'll do ring down here. Like down here on the bottom. Get it as close as I can, and we'll add a question mark at the end. And then we'll put our little skeleton guys in the center. That'll be fun. Take my finger, pull back that transfer off of that backing sheet, and I'm gonna, usually you fuzz, but with this particular project, we're not gonna fuzz because I have waxed the mess out of this thing. So it won't keep my transfer and not give it back. All right, so I'm grabbing some of our shimmer frost. And I can see your comments, you guys. And if you share, let me know. I appreciate that. You can say shared, or if you follow other designers and say sprinkled, I know exactly what that means. All right, our R looks so good. Love it. I think Lurch would be proud. I want to dry this because the sides of my letters will gum pack on this R and mess it up. So that's why I'm doing that. And it's almost a silvery look against this black. It is really cool. But it is a white shimmer. It's bright. The silver would kind of be a little bit more dark, but kind of be grayish. But it does kind of look against this black like a light silver. That is dry and perfect. All right, here's the letter A. I'm going to take my finger and just rub it against that, pull that backing sheet right off of there. And let's get our A on here. Remember, you're not looking for perfection. This is Halloween decor. I usually eyeball it anyway, but with this particular thing, you don't want perfect because you want it to look like it's a little bit scary and bumpy and things of that nature. There's gashes and dents all in this thing. So the imperfections actually add to the appeal for this. All right, and get a little bit more. Now I'm just working my paste right in through the screen. So this is like a screen print almost. So you're putting that paste right through the openings. And there we go, there's the A. That actually looks way better than I expected it to. There's actually some gashes here from a hammer. So I'm kind of surprised that came out so great. See what the end does. Love it. I'm really excited about this idea. Hi, thanks Roxanne. This is actually scrap 2x4s mounted to some scrap wood in the back. And just sprayed black and done some wax on it. So it's all scrap lumber going for my Addams Family look. With Lurch's famous line, you rag. So that's gonna be awesome. All right, let's just take our finger and we're gonna put it like right against the transfer to get that backing sheet off. And that's a great way to do that if your fingernails are, maybe they're, you know, kind of bendy or they're not that great. And I started doing that since my fingernails are getting a little thinner lately. And it works great. All right, I'm pressing this in a little more because this is where we have a lot more of the hammer bashing on it. And this is, you know, Halloween is a great time to use, any time is good to use scrap, you guys, but especially Halloween because everybody expects dingy, dark, busted up. You can make it cute though, but everybody expects that kind of stuff for Halloween. Why not? So I love it. And these are pieces extra from the other board I created. Well, I reassembled, I should say, from some small palettes that were kind of funky shaped. Oh yeah, that N is more like it. That's what I thought we were gonna get. Actually, it's really cool. It's like it's got, these holes almost make it look like it's got pimples. It's kind of funny. It's got zits. So I'm just gonna dry this up. We'll do our G. And I may not have room for the question mark. That's okay. Works for me. Still the point. So it doesn't take a whole lot to actually do what you're looking to do. It just takes a little bit of thinking outside the box sometimes. So I don't have to spend a whole lot of money to buy a bunch of stuff for Adam's family. I can do something that's on trash and make something. You just gotta think outside the box. All right, last letter, I'm just gonna take my finger and pull off that backing sheet there. Let's put that G. I think this G will come out a little better because that's a little bit smoother. We'll see. Maybe not. We'll find out. Either way, it's all good. So one thing about Chalk Couture that I love is, you know, most of the time we do anything artistic, happy accidents, you know. I know it's a Bob Ross thing, but you like that kind of stuff. But with Chalk Couture, if you don't, you can erase it. So, oh yeah, that's awesome. Perfect. All right, so Lurch's words are in place. Now, I'm probably just gonna run the hairdryer over this one more time, get the G, and then we're gonna go for our skeletons. This is gonna be really simple, you guys, really simple. Now again, the spine chilling that I'm gonna use is from last year. It's not in the catalog. However, I don't mind asking some of my fellow designers if they have them in stock. If you're interested in getting this, I'm about to open it in just a minute. I just thought they would be the perfect addition to this cute little porch leaning sign that's gonna go with our Adam's Family themed Halloween decor this year. All right, so let's open it up. Oh, wrong way. I'll get with it in a minute, you guys. Okay. So it does have the words spine chilling, or chilling and beware in here. I'm gonna pull out the parts of the skeletons. See what we're gonna use. So it's just got their, so there's the hips, there's bones, so this says spine chilling. So I'm looking for, there's hands. Let's see, let's get all the parts out here. There's their faces. There's a face. So I could just do one like right here in his ribs. Maybe do some hands out. Let's see. There's a hand, or I could do a hand up here. We'll see. We'll figure this out, you guys. So you have a bone. It's supposed to be, oh, a bone and a bone, I think. I'm trying to remember, it's been a year. Yeah, so it's, you do one bone and then another bone, like that, to make their arms. Okay, so we're gonna get started with his head. So I'm gonna take, now these, let me show you guys something. It's not Wow, this is written really fast. But a good rule of thumb is to turn over your transfer and write what it is on the back, so it says skull. That way you know this side is not the part where you put your transfer back on when you wash it. 8 to 12 uses. I've had this bad boy since last October, so gotten a couple uses out of it already. Once it's cleaned off with my board eraser, it goes right back on its backing sheet that's been labeled, and then I know which side is the side to put the sticky side on too. So it's actually glossy on the sticky side. So it'll come right up and let me chalk it, and I can put it right back down. So we're gonna pull our backer sheet off and put our skeleton guy. I think it's probably gonna go off of our block, and that's okay. Make sure we got a lot of screen here to fill, so it's gonna try to, because it doesn't have a lot to hold on to, it's gonna try to move on me a little bit. So I'm just gonna press down. There we go. Make sure that's in place. And we're gonna go for our shimmer frost again. And I'm actually gonna get a small squeegee. Now, if you don't know, I use crayon boxes to hold my squeegees. It keeps them organized, and my stir sticks, and I won't lose them. So it's easier to move them around if I'm going from, like I used to do classes in person. So that was easy to transport them. So here we go with our shimmer frost. And I'm just gonna go to town. I'm gonna work that paste right into his skull. Let me see. It's gonna go off of the edges, and that's okay. Now, if you have a transfer that's trying to, like, maybe is full of screen and it wants to slide a little bit, maybe like me, you waxed a lot, what you could do is you can chalk and scrape out this way from the center. And it'll actually, that chalk paste will kind of hold it down. That's something that I've figured out from doing Chalk Couture, and it works pretty good. I do a lot of wood surfaces like this, so a lot of porch boards, porch leaners, so I deal with it all the time. Yes, that looks fabulous. A little bit off the top of his head, but I don't want perfection on this one. I want it to look spooky. And while I'm drawing, don't forget, if you're watching live, I'm going to show you a link on your screen. You can click on that link and join my VIP page next Wednesday starting at 6:45. That's when I'll log in and get things going. But I have a sale, and I've got lots and lots of things you're going to want to get your hands on, including stuff that's already made, kind of like this. So check it out. And if you're watching later, you're not watching live, the link is in the description of the video too. Try to accommodate the best I can. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's really good. All right, let's go ahead and do his chest. So here's the chest. It has ribs on the back of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my finger and just kind of rub it against that backer, just pull that backer sheet off. I'm taking my finger and grabbing it with my skin, kind of smooths it, just glides right off the backer sheet. It works out great. So I'm gonna take and I'm gonna put this right, I think I'll put it right there. Now we do have a gap here in the ribs where we'll have to go, probably skip over it. That's okay. It'll still be cute, look great. So that little part right here probably won't be chalked. No worries. It'll still look like a skeleton. I'm just filling it in. Now, if you've never chalked with Chalk Couture at all, I could definitely join the sale because I've got some really cute Try Me kits. If you want to order on your own ahead of time, you can go to the link that I posted or in the description, and there's a shop button. Look under specials. You can get those as well. But if you have chalked before, these shimmers, when you chalk them, they kind of feel gritty, like you've got sand in your chalk paste. You don't. That's just the glitter doing that. At first I thought it was kind of weird, so I like to mention that when I'm using this. And I'm going to scrape back my extra, and I'm going to go to the bottom of the ribs here that's actually on this board and fill that in. There we go. I hope you guys are having an awesome week. Oh, nice. That looks super. So I'm gonna clean off my squeegee because I don't need this small squeegee. Is a little too big for the hands and the arms. So I'll clean that off and put it away real quick. So that's what I'm doing with my baby wipe. And Couture, let me do a disclaimer. Couture does recommend that you use Clorox wipes other than baby wipes, but I do use baby wipes because they're cheap. And they recommend it for the transfers. So if you wash your transfers with the wipes, you want to use Clorox wipes to extend the life of your transfers. But I don't usually do that very often. I like to take it to a sink full of water and my board eraser, which is like a magic eraser, and clean them up. Just wipe them off front and back and let them dry sticky side up on one of my fuzzy cloths. Makes it easier. Oh, this is so freaking cute. Oh, that's pretty dry. All right, so let's do his arms. I'm gonna do his arms first and I'll do his hands after, so I might change his arms up, you know. So I think what I'm gonna do is I might do this way and that way and stick his hand up there. So I'm gonna use the same bone twice, well actually 4 times. So I'll put this bone down. We're going to use our mini squeegee for this one because it's smaller. I'm going to grab some of this paste that's on the side to use and just go to town there. And scratch up what's extra because I'm about to put this right back down on this board over here. So there we go. That's still got to dry. So I want to take this, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it kind of up a little bit. I know I've got a gap there, but I'm going to look to make sure. I'm going to bring my light in so I can see good just what I'm chalking. So there's the gap, and then there's the other part. There we go. Awesome. So we've got those 2 done. I'm gonna stick this over here for now and move my paste. And I'm gonna dry that and we'll do the next part. So we need 2 more bones for the upper arm and then his hands. And then I think it's ready. It's ready to be sealed, which I will do later outside where it's safe because that sealant is, that is not a Couture product. Let me be a disclaimer on that. You can get it at Walmart or Hobby Lobby or Michael's or anything like that, but it's an acrylic seal. It's a spray. But you want to do that outside when you spray something because it is a chemical. It's kind of like a spray paint. You don't want to have that inside. So I do that outside. And I use, like I usually get the one that's from Krylon, because it's a bigger can and it seems to coat a little better. They're a paint company, so it works out great. I've changed to that one. If I can't get that one, I'll get the one from Walmart. Just depends on what I can get my hands on. But I do prefer the Krylon these days. This one is probably, that's pretty dry. Is this one? Yep. That's dry too. Okay, so we're gonna take our bone back. And we've got some, I don't normally do this, but we do have some on the screen itself. Got those lines right there where there was a gap. So it'll be very obvious that that was a mess up. So I just took the wipe to the screen part and I'm gonna dry that. And you're like, wait, you're drying your paste into your transfer? You bet I am. It'll come off. It'll wash off, no worries. So I'm gonna take this and stretch it. I'm probably just gonna take it and stretch it this way. I have a little bit of it down here, and I'll chalk that. Get my mini squeegee and get my paste. We're just gonna put it down to the edge of this board, and I'm just gonna chalk that little part right there. And I'm gonna put down my top of my transfer for the top of the bone here. On the other board, a little extra paste. That's perfect. Let's scrape off the extra. And let's see. That's pretty good. Got a little smudge on that bottom. But that's perfectly fine to me. All right, we're gonna go a little rogue here. I'll take my squeegee to get off this little bit of paste. Maybe not. It's getting on my fingers instead. So I'm just gonna get off that extra paste. Is there any on the back? Doesn't look like it. Excellent. Okay. We're gonna put this right down on our board. There we go. Stay down, stay down. There we go. All right, let's chalk this. We'll just work it right into our screen. And I'm scratching back the extra. There we go. That looks awesome. I'm gonna dry this up. It's a little damp. Nope, that one's good. That one's good too. Okay, so the hard part is getting the hands in the right way with the thumbs. So you have to look at them. So his thumbs need to be in. So this one, and then that one, because he's holding his palms up like this, right? So they need to be like that. So I'm gonna rub my finger against the edge and pull the backing sheet off. It says hand. And I'll just put his little hand right there. And then I think I'll go ahead and put this one on. Just so, oh, maybe not so close to the U if I can help it. Nope, looks like it's gonna touch the letter. That's okay, we'll go with it. All right, so let's get our paste, and we're just gonna work it right into the screen. And I am trying to get the extra off as I chalk, so I can scratch it right back into my jar, the best of my ability, because we don't want to waste anything. There we go. There's one hand. Very cool. Let me get off this extra that's like on the sides that is accumulated. Woo, okay. A little bit of paste here. So I see his thumb is right on the edge and the base of his palm. And then we'll let his finger touch the letter. It's okay. I'm not gonna cut off his finger. I could though. It's a Halloween thing. All right. Let's see what we got. Awesome. How cute. I love it. Isn't he adorable? So you don't have to throw out lumber. When you have, somebody has a pallet board, or you have scrap lumber from a project, or maybe your neighbor does, you can take those pieces and make them into something adorable for your decor, for holidays, or even for your home. If I was making this for my home, maybe I would put, I actually have a old-fashioned bottle topper, like for beer bottles, so maybe I could put something on here like coffee top or something like that. Mount it on there, mount it to your deck or anything. You have to really, I'm not saying go out and dig out the trash. Hey, Kathy. I'm not saying dig out the trash. I'm just saying, not everything is trash. Especially when it comes to lumber. You can always use extra lumber for your projects, whether it's Couture or Cricut or anything like that. Extra lumber is perfect for those things. So how cute is this? It is so adorable. Taking a wipe and wiping off the paste that I got all over myself. You're probably not as messy of a crafter as I am, but I get it everywhere. And I'm just, cleanup is done. Put all this together and then I will clean up my transfers. But let's see if we can tilt him up. So, here we go. You rang. And this is literally 2x4s that I'm cut and put on boards. They're scrap. And they're scrap pieces from, let me see if you can see it. Can you see the pallet board on the floor behind me right here? That's where these are from. So this awesome pallet board, let me see if I can move around here. Okay, I'll tilt it for you. So this awesome piece that we did together, it's quite big. This was parts of those pallets and we chalked a Halloween on it. And these were the extra parts that were in weird places. So we didn't trash our lumber. Super cute. Okay, so this is getting ready for Halloween. I love it. I cannot wait. Don't forget, in October, early October, you and I are going to decorate this house in an Addams Family motif outside, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But next month, we're going to dive into fall. So we have pumpkins and fall leaves and all that stuff, and all the great things about fall, which in South Georgia or Florida, you don't really have a lot of. But I enjoy decorating with them nonetheless. So we're going to make some cute things that you're not going to want to miss. In the meantime, on September the 2nd at 6:45, if you're not a VIP, you're missing out. So if you catch this later, there's a link in your description, or if you're live, it's going to come up on your screen. You can join my VIP group and get a part of the sale. Not only do I have Couture products where you can try this out for yourself, but I have ready-made things, kind of like what we did here, ready for you to check out. Or this, you can always say, I want that pineapple on the wall, or whatever I have on the wall is definitely going to be there. So check it out. My plan is to maybe jump on again sometime this weekend. I do have a chemo treatment tomorrow, but if not, I would definitely see you Monday at 8 o'clock right here. We'll do another project, and we're gearing up for September. We're going to start diving into awesome fall projects. As always, I always have a great time with you guys on here. I do appreciate you joining me, and check it out again Monday 8 o'clock, and while you're waiting around, join the VIP group so you can see the chatter and what the deals are. I'll see you again soon. Bye.